Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here. It's Friday evening and just wanted to bring you up to date on where I see things developing over the next week or so, and just give you an idea as to where the weather is going to be developing and what I think is going to be happening as we go through the rest of September and into October. I'll start off first of all with the 10-day mean forecast charts for 500 millibars. Which basically shows the jet stream and the anomalies in the jet stream as well. These are going out from, these are the means between about the 23rd and the 26th of September. So that's looking towards the back end of next week. We've got the ECMWF model here and the GFS model here. What's quite interesting is you see how the ECMWF is developing this deep trough out towards the west of the country with a ridge through the British Isles, whilst GFS is basically keeping a straighter westerly flow across the Atlantic. Now, I have to be honest and say I'm kind of in between the two, but leaning more towards this idea of the GFS. Only thing that puts me off this is what does tend to happen when you get a trough off the western seaboard of the States here, that you get a ridge built through the States, which is exactly what it's doing here, but then you do get another complementary trough that tends to dig into the Atlantic. And notice that the GFS tries it here, but I'm wondering if this trough is going to be, if that trough is actually going to be here off the eastern seaboard of the States, with building pressure through the southern parts of the British Isles by the time we get through to the middle part of next week. My overall feeling on all of this is that we're going to be going through a fairly unsettled pattern into this weekend, but then things settling down probably during the middle part of next week, perhaps taking us through to the weekend before things then break down at the end of the month. That's where I think we're going with it. This is the precipitation forecast from the GFS model for the next 10 days, and this is the first part of the period, so this is from today through till next Saturday, and it's putting sort of 50-60 mil of rain across western parts of Scotland and northwest England, but much lighter towards the east. In the second period, so this is from next Saturday to a week on Sunday, you can see here that actually it reduces rainfall significantly across the southern part of the British Isles, maintains it to the north, and actually I think this is pretty well exactly what's going to happen, where we'll see the southern half of the country certainly with the driest conditions, the northern half seeing some rain. And looking at the anomalies for the first 7.5 day period running from today through to next Saturday, you can see how it's starting to dry off the southern half of the country. Further north nearer normal totals, but above normal totals western Scotland and Western Ireland. This to me looks pretty well how we're going to see things developing. Let me run through some charts for you. So these are from weatheronline.co.uk. This is today, and you can see through during the course of tonight how the isobars are close together across the south of the country, bringing windier conditions. And here's that area of low pressure that develops through Saturday, bringing unsettled weather and some pretty hefty showers to some during the course of Saturday. Now on Sunday the low clears into the North Sea, we get these cooler northwesterly winds, still showers around, most of them in the east, but look how western areas are starting to dry up with a ridge of high pressure building through Ireland. And then into next week, where we get weak fronts trying to get across through Monday. I think they'll bring rainfall across northern and western parts of the country, but very little by the time the front gets down to the south. I think just a damp day on Tuesday for many areas across southern parts of England. Then through Wednesday, we see a deeper area of low pressure northwest of Scotland. Now, I can accept this bringing rain to western Scotland, Western Ireland, some pretty heavy spells of rain, and perhaps northwest England too, but I think many eastern and southern counties generally will be staying dry. And then through Thursday, look, we see this ridge of high pressure temporarily building into the south before the GFS brings in a deep area of low pressure into next weekend. Now, I think this is the sort of pattern that we're probably going to see next Saturday or Sunday, so that's the 24th or 25th, before this actually happens. It could be delayed into the following week. I think it's brought this in a little bit too quickly. I suspect next weekend could stay dry at least for the first half, but this is how I think we will see things developing by the time we get through into the week after next. So add a couple of days onto these dates here to the top, and I think that's more likely to be what we're going to be seeing. And then through into the middle part of the week and the end of September, look, some really disturbed conditions as large area of low pressure comes across, but the GFS starting to hint at this stronger ridge of high pressure coming in end of the month. Now again, I think this is 2 or 3 days out, so I think this is more likely to be the 2nd or the 3rd of October that we see this ridge of high pressure building in, but I think it will do it, and I think all areas will be settling off as we go into the beginning part of October. So that's how I see things developing then. It looks as if an unsettled pattern through until probably Monday of next week or even Tuesday, then drying off into the following weekend, and then probably on Sunday or the Monday, so that's the 26th, 27th, then we see conditions going more unsettled again and probably becoming cool and quite autumnal until we get to about the 2nd or 3rd of October, and then I think conditions will improve for a week or so. Now don't forget, if you want to forecast for your area, just go to the website here and you can enter your town. So if I put let's put one that's close to me, so if I put Wolverhampton there, click on search and click on the forecast for Wolverhampton, and there we go, that's the forecast for Wolverhampton for the next 24 hours. Click on the 7-day and there it is. Or if you're a farmer, you can click on the farming forecasts, enter your town in there, and you'll get a more detailed forecast coming up. And if we click on that there we go, some very detailed forecasts for the next 7 days. So I hope that's been useful for you. Do go along and have a look at the weatherweb.net site. So go to weatherweb.net and it'll give you all the weather information you need. Thanks for watching. Hope that's been useful for you, and keep the sun shining.